What's up, guys? Bramsy here, and welcome to my YouTube channel and the first ever video to go live on my YouTube channel. It's pretty crazy that I'm actually doing this in the first place. It's never something I really thought I'd ever actually uh, rack up the courage to do, but here we are. I'll get more into that a little bit later on in the video, but as you can tell in the gameplay background, here, we've got some Call of Duty ranked play for you. Kind of gives you a taste of what to expect on this channel, but I kind of want to use this video to introduce my channel, to go into a bit more detail about what kind of content you'll see on this channel, the kind of person I am, and what to really expect in the future. So as I say, my name's Bramsy. Primarily, I'm a Call of Duty competitive player. So most of the content you'll probably see on this channel will be something related to competitive Call of Duty, whether that be ranked play, whether that be doing some kind of almost real life style videos of talking about different CDL teams, their positions, their ranks, talking about who I think is going to win the majors and doing things like that, doing prediction videos and things like that. But I do want to keep this channel as open as I possibly can. I want to try and do as much different style content as possible. I kind of just want to have fun with it. And for me, that would be a case of obviously being able to have freedom to upload as much kind of content as I possibly can in all different areas. Whether that be FIFA videos, whether that be Let's Plays of other single player games or other multiplayer games, obviously, as well as primarily keeping it COD content. Obviously, I know that I need to stick within some form of area, which primarily will, as I say, be Call of Duty. But obviously, I do want to branch out to other games and different styles of content. Obviously, expect some Warzone videos as well. I'm hoping to get some of those out as well. And as I say, maybe some FIFA career mode series and things like that. So a little bit about me. I've pretty much wanted to do content creation since I was a kid. So this is going back a good couple of years now. But it's never been something I've had the ability to do with kind of the setup that I had and the equipment that I've ever had access to. But also, it's been something that I've never really allowed myself to do or come out of my comfort zone to do. For me, this is something that I get quite anxious about, if you will, being having to speak basically to my screen to do a video, let alone just upload the content. So as you can probably tell, even by the fact it's my first video, the way I'm speaking and things like that, it's probably a little bit ropey. As I say, it's not something I'm used to doing, publicly speaking, I guess, in a way, and broadcasting that. So obviously, that's a learning thing. So that's something that's always kind of stopped me from really, reaching out into an area of content that I've kind of always wanted to do. You find a lot of social media nowadays is content creation and really pushing out the creative side. And it's something that, as I say, I've always wanted to do. And being quite a creative individual as well, I always feel like I've held myself back to do the things I want to do. But obviously, life's way too short, and really, we should be doing these things that we enjoy doing. It's all part of, experiences and just being able to better ourselves as people. So I kind of thought, let's just go ahead and do it. Where can it possibly go? What could possibly go wrong? So here is the first video on the channel. In terms of goals and things that I want to achieve when it comes to making content for this channel, I have no real crazy goals or high hopes or anything like that. I come from a time in my life where watching YouTube content was, people like Zerka, Zergriz, and PewDiePie when he first started, and a couple of other, YouTubers that pretty much don't even exist anymore. Maybe the likes of people like Optic Hex, for example, exist still to this day. From all the way back then, Scump and things like that. But I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2, so I was kind of growing up watching some of the first ever YouTubers to really take Call of Duty content to where it is today. So for me, I think anyone that does content creation looks at these guys and obviously has some goals and inspirations to want to be like these guys. It would be amazing to be able to grow a viewership and an audience and have people interact in my videos and really grow that fan base. Or I wouldn't even see it as a fan base, just like a community of people that you can interact with on a regular basis, and it feels like home. That would be, the ideal situation of what I could create for this channel, and also the people that come and view the content that's on the channel. But obviously, for the most part, for me, I just want to enjoy what I'm producing and what I'm creating and what I'm putting out there. Obviously, for me, the whole process of it, from editing to actually, recording the content itself, being able to do commentary, whether it be, you know, live commentary, after com, or even just uploading videos necessarily. You know, it could be a montage of some of my clips from ranked play in general, or, you know, even just some random little skit videos or whatever it is. You know, just something that can put a smile on someone's face and someone that can come here to relax and enjoy the content. I know growing up, especially, you know, some of these content creators that I would watch growing up, you know, people like Scump, for example, Nadeshot, these sorts of creators that were, you know, primarily producing Call of Duty content. You know, it was always an enjoyment to watch these guys, and it often made you feel good. You know, you'd walk away from their videos and feel pretty good about the day because they're just positive people. And I'd like to create that kind of environment in this channel as well for some people to be able to come here and just relax and unwind and enjoy the content you're watching. I couldn't think of a better environment. So as I say, for the most part, I want to do this as an enjoyment factor. You know, this is not something I see as a job or anything of the sort. Obviously, I'm doing this more as a hobby. With that being said, you know, things like uploading schedule and things like that are obviously going to be, you know, as consistent as I possibly can. But of course, as someone that's never really done anything like this before, you know, is new to editing, as well as even recording content in general, is probably not something that, you know, I'm necessarily going to be, you know, flying at getting done correctly and the best way possible at the start. To be honest, it's probably going to take me a long time to get used to the style of doing these, you know, every couple of days or weeks or whatever it is, whenever I can get content out. So for me, I don't want to be too strict on it, especially for now. You know, whether that changes in the future is a whole different game. I mean, we could look back on this video in maybe 3 years' time, and it could be a complete different scenario to you know what I'm talking about now and how I deal with the content and what kind of things get uploaded, um, as of this current moment. But for now, for me, it's mainly about the enjoyment part. Not only just obviously I say enjoying the content creation itself, but it's also a way of looking back on things I've done and being proud of something that I've created. As I say, for someone who's quite a creative individual, this sort of thing is, you know, it's like your work really. You know, you look at what you've achieved, and it, you know, makes you feel good about yourself as well. So, you know, there's a lot to content creation that, as I say, there's always maybe want to do it. So I'm kind of looking forward to jumping into the world of content creation and uploading videos on a regular basis to the YouTube channel. As I say, I have a lot of ideas in mind, all the way from maybe like story time type videos to, as I say, talking about CDL predictions prior to tournaments, that sort of thing, you know. What I wanted to make clear as well is that some of the Call of Duty content that you'll see, by no means do I claim to be, you know, insane at Call of Duty or anything. So the gameplay you watch isn't always necessarily going to be anything crazy. It's just kind of stuff that I can upload, look back on as well. It's also a learning experience for me to be able to look back on my gameplays, see things I could have done better and things like that. But I'm hoping that to a degree that might be a better viewing experience, because I think some people will be able to relate a lot more, because, you know, often enough you're watching pros and things like that play that are just crazy good, and obviously, you know, it might be, I don't know, a little bit more relatable content. So just want to make that clear that I don't claim to be anything special at Call of Duty by any means. I just obviously enjoy playing it. I've been competing for years. As I say, the first Call of Duty game in which I did actually compete on was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one, Call of Duty 4. I competed in GBs at a very young age. I suppose the first time I took it kind of seriously, when I was actually really trying to hard on, you know, game battles and leaderboards and things like that, was Modern Warfare 3. And then of course Black Ops 2 was primarily the game where competitive Call of Duty really grew and started itself, you know, in the limelight. So as I say, you know, just being able to produce content and enjoy myself doing it and be able to look back on what I've achieved is something that I really want, you know, want to be able to put out there. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover within the first ever video that goes on the channel. Just a little bit about what I do, you know, what you're going to see here, how it's kind of going to go. So I'm hoping it's kind of just like a laid back environment, to be honest, with some of the content that I put up, and as I say, the things that you get to watch. So I'm going to let the gameplay kind of roll now. I believe we actually ended up winning this game. It wasn't an amazing game out of me at all. I don't think I did anything special. In fact, there's a few moments, which you've probably seen, in which I lost some serious gunfights I should have won. And yeah, it's a rough one. But I believe we ended up winning this game. Yeah, so I thought, you know, it'd be a good video to upload just to be able to talk over and just go over a few things. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to end the video there for myself. But I'm going to allow the rest of the gameplay just to play out, just so you can see the rest of the game and see how we got on. So I really hope that this is the start of something new, and hopefully a future for myself with content creation now. So yeah, hopefully we'll see how it goes. But thank you all for watching, and as I say, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you. See you later, guys.
Countdown started. search and destroy. All Saber, secure a perimeter around the objectives. Final minute. Final 30 seconds. Enemy flying Bravo. All Saber, bomb defused.